What's going on, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Hurricanes Unfiltered Live. Man, we are here. It is game week. Miami Hurricanes, Ohio State Buckeyes, Cotton Bowl. We are less than 48 hours away. It is 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. By this point on Wednesday night, we will probably be near halftime of the Miami-Ohio State game, and we are here to talk about it. We are here to banter back and forth, and let's discuss what's popping and the fact that, we got a game. This is a game we've been waiting for a very, very long time as Miami Hurricanes fans. Don't disregard my TV in the background. I do have the Heat game on. I'm a Heat fan, as probably a lot of the Miami Hurricanes fans are also Heat fans. Appreciate y'all jumping on board. Straight Jen, Timu Law, AC LLC. Appreciate you. Thank you for your comments. Listen here, people. It's game week, man. It is game week, man. If you haven't seen the content I've dropped, I mean, it seems like everything I say. I'm glad you brought that up there. Welcome aboard, Brian and Jake. Bro, I'm so tired of the Ohio State bitches. It's just like enough already. I can't. Honestly, I'm tired. It's like they are the worst of the fan bases. Have you felt that? Are they worse than Notre Dame and Texas A&M combined? Are they worse? Because they feel more exhausted than everybody else, man. This shit's bananas. This shit is bananas. It's BANANAS. This shit is bananas. I gotta sneeze real quick. Sorry. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Yeah, this shit is bananas. I am losing my mind. They live on they are living on my chats. They're living in my comments. I did the video on I dedicated one to them because they're all a bunch of big ass pussies. And I dedicated one to them because like, and then you tell them about, oh, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Get out of here. It is true. You're living on my shit. I'm not even making my content for you. I'm making it for the Hurricane fans. So we can get a kick out of all this thing. Like, come on. It's bananas. I did the video on them, and I mean, do you all know how many comments I got on that damn video? Let me take a look right here. The video, if you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it. Scared Ohio State fans crash out and defensive trash talk and defensive trash talking OSU players is comedic and pathetic. Yes, it's pathetic. It's comedic. It's insane. I got 296 comments on a 2,602 view video. Let's get that video more views. But man, 296. I got almost 3 times more than double the comments as I have likes on the video. They're nuts. They're nuts. I have not dogged out Ohio State. I did my preview. I don't know if y'all watched the preview I did. Dude, I picked the 20-13 game. I'm not disrespecting Ohio State. Heck, I'm on the fence. I mean, I got somewhere between 16-10, 20-13, 19-13. You know, it's in that range. I said 20-13. I have a hard time believing we're going to keep them to 10 points. I mean, we could. I very well believe we could. But you even got people from Ohio State world making up stuff that the world is saying that, oh my God, Ohio State doesn't even belong in the same field with Miami. They got better players, better D-line, better O-line, better quarterback, better coaching staff, better running back, better that Malachi Tony is better than Jeremiah Smith. I'm never going to sit here and say that Malachi Tony's a better wide receiver than Jeremiah Smith. He's not. But he's a better all-around player because he does more. Like, that's not a crazy thing to say. Malachi Tony returns punts. Malachi Tony runs the ball. He plays quarterback. He plays wide receiver. He has more catches than Jeremiah Smith. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's better than Jeremiah Smith as a wide receiver. And yet they're crashing out and everything is like, I swear they all got their legal degrees or something. They all went to law school, passed the bar, and decided that they have to defend every single thing that said. I do have stuff popping up now in my algorithm like crazy from these people, from their podcast, because I was sent some stuff And I mean, I actually did a video I never even did off of another pod that was sent to me that I watched. And I mean, these guys were pretty balanced overall. I mean, look, if you're an Ohio State podcast, you probably pick an Ohio State. I'd be shocked if you weren't. If you're a Miami podcast, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if you picked Ohio State because I know how Miami people are. I'm being honest about that. There are Miami people. There are people that picked against Miami and Pittsburgh. So, who are Miami podcasts? So it wouldn't shock me because people still have this. People still have that PTSD and so forth of the Miami Hurricane football and feeling like they're gonna let us down at some point or Mario's gonna screw something up. I mean, it's crazy. I've never seen a fan base like this. And you know what? Keep at it, man. Keep at it. I respect Ohio State. Their defense is awesome, man. Their players are awesome. There's holes, though. It's not like they make it seem like Julian Saint's Cam Ward. Like Julian Saint is Dylan Gabriel. Like Julian Saint Shador Sanders. Like Julian Saint is Jackson Dart. Like Julian Saint is Kyle McCord. Threw for 3,300 yards. Those guys threw for over 4,000 yards last year. 4,300 yards or something like that. I know McCord was number 1, Ward was number 2. I think Dart was 3. Like these guys chuck the ball all over the field. They make it sound like Ohio State is just airmailing the game. Like they're nonstop, just chucking it down the field. Yes, they throw the ball deep. Their offense, I mean, the numbers are the numbers. Like I know they don't like them. Numbers suck to them. It's clear as day. They're not a fan of numbers. And I understand that because numbers don't always fill your narrative. But you're talking about a team that's averaging 34.5 points a game, playing a team that's averaging 32.2 points per game. And we're going to sit here and act like their offense is so unbelievably elite. Really? Like we're going to act like their offense is so elite. It's not elite. It's good. And then at the same time, the same people will sit here and say that Miami's offense is trash. That Miami can't do anything, that Miami can't get out of its own way. Miami scored 10 points against A&M. We won the game. Ohio State scored 10 points against Indiana. They lost the game. Like this is, we're not making it up, are we? It's a fact. It's a simple fact. You know, acting as if, I mean, let me see. Just a confirmation for y'all. You know, we averaged 32.2. They averaged 34.9. They averaged 429.5 yards. We averaged 414. Oh my God. 15 whole yards. Oh my God. The gap in 14 yards of offense. You have an astronomical offense, and we have a trash can offense. Passing yards. 266.8 to 262.5. Rushing yards, 162.8 to 151.9. Oh my God, the gap is huge. Come on, man. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. Oh, it's crazy. If you're gonna beat us by 100, then do it on the field. Let's see it. I keep saying that. Listen, I can say whatever I want to say. I'm not a player. I don't matter. I don't matter. And again, once again, Jeremiah Smith, this guy, bro, respect, but Jesus Christ, dude. Now he says he would have been a Miami Hurricane if Miami had been better at the time. That was literally last year, idiot. Fucking A, that was literally last year. That was last season. He could have committed to Miami and played with Cam Ward. I'll tell you this. If that man had come to Miami, we would have won the national championship last year. We would have won the national championship regardless of how bad the defense was. Are you kidding? Give me that wide receiver with that quarterback, and Xavier Restrepo would be your number 2 option in the slot? Oh, my God. The talent? Oh, Cam Ward would have been having a goddamn field day. We wouldn't have been averaging 45. We might have been averaging 55 or 60. So the defense wouldn't have meant shit. It wouldn't have meant anything. But yeah, he went to Ohio State and he won a national championship there. Kudos to him. Congratulations. They forgot that they lost 2 games last year. They forgot that they didn't make the Big Ten championship last year. Also coincidentally. So now that's why Miami sucks. But they didn't do it on their end last year, and they were great. Yes, they won the championship. Congrats. And they really are doing this comparison of the Big Ten to the ACC. Holy Lord. The Big Ten to the ACC. Bro, Wisconsin sucks. Penn State sucks. Penn State and Clemson both trash cans this year. Okay, great. Penn State beat Clemson. Whoop-de-doo. Minnesota stinks. Like, these teams stink. There's a top-heavy ass conference, man. That's it. It's a top-heavy conference. Oh, Jeremiah Smith is feeling sick right now because of the love he's going to get from fucking South Florida if Miami gets the job done. Nah, I don't care if he's someone. Yeah, someone asked him the question. You want to know what? Come on now. You don't tell the truth on that. If that's the truth, shut the fuck up. I'm happy at Ohio State. I made the right decision. End the story. Move on. No, this dude says, yeah, I probably would have gone to Miami if it wasn't for the fact that they weren't as good. Or maybe, Cam Morton told you a couple days earlier he was signing with Miami, and then you would have come to Miami. Because I know for a fact, this is not an opinion, I know for a fact from enough people around him that the night before he was going to Miami. And he went back and forth on that shit. He flip-flopped his mind so many times. He flip-flopped on that so many times. If Cam Morton had announced it a little bit earlier, he might be playing for the Miami Hurricanes right now. And then what the hell would Ohio State be saying? Oh, shit, we ain't beating them dudes. Like, they're literally only basing the fact on beating Miami on, Julian Saint is this incredible quarterback. Bro, he's a fucking redshirt freshman. He's played in 2 big games and lost one of them. This is the biggest game of his life. He's never played in a game like this before. I've never heard of the glaze job for a redshirt freshman QB against the guy who's 35-5 as a starter, and people acting like the 35-5 starter doesn't know how to play football. It's incredible. It's incredible. Come on now. Who cares if the Big Ten's got 13 bowl games? Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. You think I give a damn how many ACC teams have a bowl game? You think I care? I don't. You think I care how many teams SEC has in the bowl game? You mean the bowl games that have 6-win teams in there? Who gives a shit? Those teams stink. Please. Please. Give me a break, man. I see you're in your feelings. We got an Ohio State guy in the room. I mean, it is what it is. This is how it works. They jump on board because they got nothing else to do. And you're more than welcome to say what you say. I said he's better as a wide receiver. As an all-around player, he's not better. As an all-around player, he doesn't return punts. He doesn't play quarterback. He doesn't go in the wildcat. He don't run the ball. He's a wide receiver who basically, I'm gonna tell you right now, the best ball that they throw is that back shoulder throw. Julian Saint throws a great back shoulder throw to Jeremiah Smith, and he's so big he's able to shield off DBs, and they are very, very effective with that play. I've watched this team play. They're a darn good team. There's no question about it. But let's stop acting like they have some elite level offense. Their offense is fucking mid like Miami. Their offense is mid like Miami's. Miami's offense is mid. It's mid. And so is Ohio State's. It's mid. Yet Ohio State scores 10 points. Oh, that was a great win by Indiana. Miami scores 10 points. Oh, that win sucked, like Shannon Dawson said today. I don't blame him for snapping on that bullshit. Urban Meyer, that fucking moron. Yeah, he called you an idiot, Urban Meyer, you fucking Ohio State glazer. Yes, he called you that. Because you're a clown. You're on TV as an expert, and you can't help but be a damn cheerleader. You're a cheerleader, and you're a joke because you were talking against Miami even before the playoffs. You said that head-to-head didn't matter, in fact. You said that. You said head-to-head didn't matter in football, and you're a coach. You should be ashamed of yourself, you clown. So yeah, Shannon Dawson takes a little bit of a disrespect from a coach who's saying that Miami can't score any at all. If the game isn't if Ohio State scores 14 points, the game's over. Really? Really? You think that? Really, Urban Meyer thinks that? So yeah, you're disrespecting other coaches when you say shit like that. I love it that I love it. that Shannon Dawson chirped back at Urban Meyer's dumbass. People saying he was acting like Jeremiah Smith. By the way, Jeremiah Smith said of other stuff too. He also compared us to Indiana. So did Carnell Tate. He compared us to Indiana. I mean, that's a pretty praiseworthy comparison. You know, he did also. I mean, Jeremiah Smith also did say we will see Indiana again. So what? You automatically believe? See again. You don't say. I don't disagree with his feelings. Like he should feel that way. You don't say that. Like media training ain't going on up there like it needs to be. Like it isn't. But Shannon Dawson was talking to Urban Meyer. He wasn't talking about Ohio State. He's talking about the disrespect from fucking coaches who are getting on who are national experts now and are blinded from, you know, what are the forest, can't separate the forest from the trees, bro. He's clearly a cheerleader for Ohio State. I expect nothing less from him. He's been hating on Miami since before the playoff announcement, saying head to head didn't matter because it was early in the season. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay. I guess. And that's the logic that Urban Meyer gave. But yeah, I don't mind Shannon Dawson chirping back at him because look, end of the day, two teams gotta play football. I watched the Carson Beck interview today. Oh my God. Jeez Louise. That man got interviewed for 17 minutes and didn't say a word. I don't know if any of y'all and by the way, Bradley, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I didn't say a word. He talked for 17 minutes and said nothing. You know how skillful that is? Like that is a guy who was a sixth year senior now. I've lost track. What year is Carson Beck? He's in his sixth year, I think. Like that is a guy who is trained in media. He's trained in media. Sorry, fifth year. So this is his fifth year in college. He is trained in media. He didn't say a damn thing. He said nothing. All he said over and over again is, we are happy for the opportunity. We are here for the opportunity. We love the opportunity. God almighty, Carson, you're good at this. By the way, if you're interested, Miami Heat's up 120-101 on Denver, and Nikola Jokic got hurt at the end of the first half. So Miami better win this damn game. But nonetheless, goodness gracious, man. Whew. He said nothing. And you listen to the Miami players, they're saying nothing. Like these are some of the most boring ass interviews ever. Ever. Like they're giving nothing. But Ohio State's provided some content. So I mean, I say thank you. I mean, Shannon Dawson finally kind of stole the show today with his comments. I mean, that was some funny stuff. Oh, by the way, I forgot to do this earlier on. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor of the show, Natalie Lopez, attorney at law. When life hits hard, the law firm of Natalie Lopez hits back harder. She practices in the areas of criminal defense and family law. Based out of Fort Lauderdale, you can reach her at 954-888-8833. That's 954-888-8833. You can follow her on Instagram at nat.guilty. That's nat.guilty. She will fight for you. Thank you for your continued support of our show, Natalie. But man, like Miami's players, all of them, they say nothing. I mean, it is almost boring. I kind of, I don't want them to talk trash, but goddamn, I kind of miss those 80s teams. I miss the 80s teams where it's like, hey, they gave no flying fucks. They said what they said. They didn't care. I know it's a different world. And like I said in my other videos, when you talk shit, you put more pressure on yourself than you do on the other team. The pressure is now on you to perform. And if you talk crap and you can't defend, you can't back up your trash talk. Well, guess what? You have to live with that. Whereas I don't think it's so much, unless your name is Ruben Bain, I don't think most people really care about the bulletin board stuff, but I think it puts more pressure on yourself to perform. When I listen to every pick, I don't know. Some of these picks just make me laugh because they will spend 15 minutes saying how good Miami is and then pick Ohio State all because of literally nothing. Literally nothing other than they've been here before. Well, Julian Sain hasn't. Bo Jackson hasn't. Neither of those guys have been here before. Your wide receivers have. Okay. And I'll tell you the guy that concerns me the most as a Miami Hurricane fan. If you watch my preview, and I left him out of the video, and that was a mistake because that was someone that I did want to focus on, and I did not hit on him for whatever reason. I don't know, my brain farted or what have you. But the guy that Miami has to be most leery of is the tight end Max Clare. Max Clare is a solid tight end with 43 catches. I mean, he's a big part of their offense. He's a great safety valve for him. He makes plays. He catches the ball, and he's a very, very solid player. And I think he is a major part of this offense. You know, stopping the run is obviously the most important thing to do. And I know while Ohio State likes to throw the football, great. If you only can throw the football and you can't run the ball, well, it makes it a lot easier to have, to defend it, and not to mention to hit your head back and go after the quarterback. Hey, you'll be the only one, Bradley. I appreciate that. And I mean, look, I have a podcast, so obviously I'm going to be here live when the game is going on, and it'll either be euphoria or misery. I'm not going to sit here and pussyfoot around about it. I'll be very, very depressed if Miami doesn't win the football game. I think Miami has all the tools necessary to win. I think Ohio State has all the tools necessary to win. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a great, stressful game. Like, I'm not going out there with no 38-10 predictions. I said 20-13 or 16-10, 19-13, something like that. That's where I'm seeing this game. And then you got these national guys picking 31-28. 31. Like, I think that's disrespectful to both teams. Like, if you think Miami's going to put up 28 points on Ohio State's defense, I think you're on drugs. But I also think you're on drugs if you think Ohio State's going to put up 31 on Miami's defense. What would make you believe, as national media guys, that Ohio State is going to score 31 points on Miami's defense in the Cotton Bowl? What would make you believe this after raving about how good Miami's front seven is? And then they come out with, their DBs are off. Well, I don't know about their DBs. What have you been watching? Miami's DBs are good, man. Maybe they're not on the level. Maybe they're not as a group on the level of Ohio State, but they are good. They are playmakers. They create turnovers. They provide different elements that you don't see on Ohio State's defense. When Keontae Scott blitzes, he gets his guy. When Jacoby Thomas blitzes, he gets his guy. I didn't see a lot of blitzing from Ohio State in the games I watched of them. They trusted their front four to get back there, it seemed like, for the most part. They have elite players. They have elite talent all over the defense. They're great defense. Number 92 is a guy that has to be, dealt with. He's got 11 sacks. You know that the other dude, Kenyatta Jackson's going to be hyped the hell up for this game, another Shamnad guy. He has 6.5 sacks or 7 sacks as well. So, but they have less sacks than Miami does. They have 8 less sacks. They have 9 less turnovers. I mean, Miami has got more sacks than Indiana did, and Miami's got a better D-line. So this is it's an interesting matchup. And to sit here and act like it's not, and like, what did Fernando Mendoza do that was so damn good against Ohio State? Literally nothing. He threw a pick at the 20. He gave up the touchdown on Fernando Mendoza gave up the touchdown to Ohio State, throwing a pick at the 20-25 yard line. 3 plays later, they were in the end zone. It was 7-3. He missed on guys that were wide open. Miami's going to have shots downfield. Carson Beck has got to complete those passes down the field. Those guys are open. Let's stop acting like these guys are Deion Sanders playing cornerback out there. They're not. They're not. Like, they're not. And that's the thing. Like, we're sitting here acting like Miami's DBs stink. Miami's DBs won the damn game against A&M. Like, if you want to really put it on, Miami's DBs, 2 interceptions, a sack, a forced fumble. That was the those were the Miami DBs. Marcel Reed couldn't do nothing for most of that game. He couldn't do anything for most of that game. And I think Marcel Reed is a more athletic player than Julian Saint. I don't think that's earth-shattering news. But if you keep Julian Saint in the pocket and you get front four pressure, bro, he's going to have a tough time. It's going to be a tough game. Anyone that says differently, I think it's gonna be a fucking street fight. This is this isn't even about 2002, man. Like this isn't even about 2002. Like revenge. Oh, that's corny. No, this is personal because these guys know each other. Like there's players in this team that are friends that went to school together. You don't think JoJo Trader is like yoked for this game? JoJo Trader is gonna make a play on Wednesday. He's gonna make a play on Wednesday. I have a feeling JoJo Trader is going to make a play. He's gonna make a play, and like this is personal. Jeremiah Smith sounds like this is personal. If Ohio State lost, Jeremiah Smith would be freaking devastated more than likely. Like that would be, for him, it would be an embarrassment. You know, it would be an embarrassment. It would be embarrassing for him. I mean, look, Miami lost 2 games, and I know people. Well, what about the Miami lost? There was a podcast I saw. This guy, oh man, I didn't comment on it because I just saw it and it came on my algorithm somehow. This guy Bucknuts, like he was taking a mail back from Hurricanes fans. It's like I got like 3,100 subscribers, and he's just basically mocking Miami and everything that Miami Hurricanes fans said in the emails. Like, I mean, look, if you're there to mock them, hey, mock them, mock away. I guess I mocked y'all. But I didn't mock you. I was making comments about fans of Ohio State being nervous. And I don't think that's anything crazy to say that the fan base is nervous. I'm nervous. Like, why is that? Did that become something that people are now afraid to say, like you're nervous about the game? Like, I don't get that. I think everybody is nervous. I think everyone's nervous. To sit here and act like they're not, I think you're going to see a lot of nerves in the first quarter. The team that gets over their nerves more quickly will probably be the one that wins. To act like you don't. Akeem Mesdor admitted, he says he goes into every game nervous, and then he gets hit, and then he's the football player, and yeah, I'm hyped, I'm nervous. It's all of it. It's like it's a lot of emotion. Like, it's not to sit here and act like you're not nervous is crazy. And I was commenting on the fact that people are all in my comments. There were comments that I saw that were sent to me about people that were nervous about the fact that Ryan Day has taken over play calling. I didn't make it up. I didn't make it up. I'm just commenting on it. That's all I was doing. I'm commenting on it. And then they jump on defending it. Oh, Ryan Day. Man, y'all wanted to fire Ryan Day. Bradley, everybody y'all dudes wanted to fire that dude last year after the Michigan loss. Like you wanted to fire the guy. Like he was on the chopping block. I have a buddy of mine who lives in Columbus, diehard Ohio State fan. I think he went to Ohio State. I worked with him for like 3.5 years. And dude, he wanted to fire Ryan Day. It's like we forgot that a year ago at this time, Ohio State fans wanted to fire Ryan Day for losing to Michigan for the 4th straight time on your home field as a 3-touchdown favorite. This is why I get so aggravated when I'm listening to this stuff, because Ohio State, what was the final score against Michigan? Was it 13-10 also? On your home field? Was it 13-10 or 16-13? On your home field, 21-point favorite. You lost to a team that's 6-5? Like that, and yet, Miami lost to SMU and Louisville. Oh my God! And Michigan was a worse loss than that. And Ohio State walked into the playoffs as the number 8 seed and walked into their first game against fucking Oregon. Sorry, the second game, but the game against Oregon as a favorite, a team that had beaten them and won the Big Ten championship. They were the favorite. I'm not going to sit here and act like that 10-point dog thing. I think that 10-point dog thing, if I was Ohio State, I'd been like, yo, y'all crazy making us 10-point favorites. If I was a player, I'd be like, yo, whoever made this a 10-point spread, yo, I don't like you. Because you just created a whole can of shit that now you done, that's bigger bulletin board material and disrespect that anything a player could say, that anything a fan could say. You got Las Vegas saying that Miami does not belong on the field with these guys. Like they don't belong on the field. Miami just beat a team that was 11-0 going to the final week of the season on its home field with 110,000 people at the game. And everyone said that Miami would lose because it was on the road in front of 110,000 people. Like, for shit's sakes, man. Like we got to keep it a buck here. So that's all I did. And they got sensitive and they've been all over my shit telling me I'm a fucking idiot. But hey, I'm all good. I'll be the fucking idiot. But that guy was mocking people. Oh, you didn't win your conference. And so what? You didn't win yours last year and you won the Natty, right? Like that doesn't sound like and I do think that Bradley, you seem to be keeping it real. You seem to be keeping it real here. Like if you heard an Ohio State person say, well, you didn't win your conference, but you didn't win yours either last year and you won the national championship, doesn't that make someone sound stupid? Like I've heard that over and over again. You didn't win yours either. So when you didn't win yours last year, you lost to a 500 team for the fourth and lost to Michigan for the fourth straight time, and you're ready to fire your coach last year, and you're sitting here saying, well, we didn't win our conference. Who cares? You know that Miami's the best team in the ACC by a mile. Alabama didn't win their conference. They lost 3 games, and they lost to the 14th rated ACC team. Like, I'm flabbergasted by it. So, yes, a team that did not win their conference could win the national championship. Why? Because you did it last year. Because you did it last year. So you're the best example for the whole conversation. You were 10-2 last year. You won the national championship. You didn't win your conference. I mean, but hey, they want to disrespect Miami. Cool. It is what it is. And I mean, you know, I've been a Miami Hurricane fan my entire life. I'm 40. I just turned 48 years old this month. To be in an important game like this again I mean, we had an important game last week, obviously, but to be a game like this for the first time in 20 some odd years is nice. It's great. It feels good. But I don't want to have it end this week. I don't want it to end on Wednesday because I know this team has the ability. Defensively, Miami's elite defensively. Miami's elite defensively. To sit here and listen to national guys constantly, like, I mean, I've listened to them all. I've listened to Josh Pate. I've listened to the Ruffino guy, Joe, the Notre Dame glazer. Like, he can sit here and glaze Miami for 15 minutes and then pick Ohio State to win. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I listened to the FSU dude. I mean, he picked that game 31-28. I'm like, 31-28? You on, bro, you got some of the good stuff. Because, I mean, I can listen to these guys say all this stuff. I don't think either offense is that great. I've watched them both. I've watched Miami plenty. I don't think either offense is elite. They're solid. Like I said, they're mid. That's solid to me. They're both mid-level offenses. They're not elite offenses. But heck, you just saw an elite offense in Indiana. They only scored 13 points on Ohio State. But then Penn State scored 14 points on Ohio State. So is Penn State better than Indiana? Although Penn State damn near beat Indiana. You know, Peyton knows his shit. You know, but when people make up stuff saying, look, and I've never, like, I haven't ever heard someone say, look, Miami might legitimately have the better offensive and defensive lines. In what world have you ever heard a team said, in what world has anyone ever said, have you heard anyone ever say, man, they got the better offensive and the better defensive line, but I'm going to pick the other team to win? What? That's funny to me. I've never heard, in my life watching football, I have never heard anyone say they have the better O-line and the better D-line, and yet I'm going to pick the other team because of the redshirt freshman quarterback or the DBs. I mean, Indiana had multiple shots downfield that they missed. None of these DBs are perfect on either side. Like, But yeah, I'll go back to Max Clare. Max Clare, I think, is going to be a big time player in this game. I think he's going to be a key that I think he's going to be a big time key to this game. I think obviously penalties will be a key to this game. Turnovers, of course. I think that's obvious. But Clare at the tight end position, and I think Elijah Lofton and Alex Bauman have to have some type of presence for Miami. They have to have some type of presence. CJ Daniels has got to be involved in the offense. My biggest fear with Miami remains one guy, and it's not even Mario anymore. It's Shannon Dawson. He's see, some people would say that OJ Frederica is our number one corner. I don't even know. 29. They our number one corner is actually number 29. People will say, but I would tell you that our number one corner is Damari Brown, but he's the one that's out, and he's out. Yeah, he's out. He has a foot injury, so he will not be playing in the game. So yeah, he won't be playing. But we got Keontae Scott in the lineup. We got Jacoby Thomas in the lineup. We got Bryce Fitzgerald in the lineup. Dylan Day, was it Pruitt, Day, Frederic? They're all solid. Watching Ohio State, those back shoulder throws are nasty. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, watching those are darts. Like, those are great throws. Those are great throws that Julian is saying, and he hits them with Jeremiah Smith plenty. The deep ball is dangerous with them. He throws a solid deep ball. You know, they're in between the 40s. They throw deep a lot. That's something that Miami has to be prepared for. When they get in between the 40s, they're looking to throw it deep. And the funny thing was, I saw that actually, I think without Keontae Scott, Miami wouldn't have a chance in this game. I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't know. I don't think Miami would have beaten A&M without Keontae Scott. I'm just being real. Like, his performance, his presence, I mean, superb. You know, his presence, his energy. Miami doesn't win that game over A&M without Keontae Scott. He's that good. He's that important. And that can be said for anyone when you're missing a top shelf. Yeah, Keontae Scott's number 0, the safety. When you're missing a guy like that, and that's what people ignored a lot for the month of November, is that Miami had 7 starters on the out for most of the month of November, including that SMU game. So, people ignored that. CJ Daniels didn't play that SMU game for, offensively. Ahmad Moulton, I think he had just gotten back from that SMU game, or he didn't play. One of the two, or we were missing guys on the front 4. And it matters. I think were we missing Frederic? I don't know if anyone can confirm that or not, but I know we lost him either that game or later on. And he does matter. The guys, I know that Caleb Downs and his brother had their podcast, which I did mention in my video. I was like, it's content, man. It's content. He's talking about the game week out. I think it's weird to have a podcast as a college football player? Yes. If Miami players had it, they would be getting crushed for it. I mean, they'd get crushed. They would be getting crushed over it. So, I just based on what the national response typically is on stuff like that. But yeah, he said that they train with CJ Daniels, that they train with Keelan Marion. These Josh Downs did. He says, because apparently I guess they're both from Atlanta area. And hell, Caleb Downs went to high school in IMG. Another guy from Florida. Like, the amount of guys that freaking Ohio State pulls out of Florida high schools just drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. It's annoying. It's annoying. It is annoying to me. But, Shannon Dawson is my biggest concern for Miami, realistically. He's my biggest concern. My concern with Shannon Dawson is that Shannon Dawson has allowed situations to dictate his play calling. And I don't think there's any Hurricane fan in this room that would deny that. We've heard him say it. He said it last week over the wind and stuff like that. And I know that Carson Beck was on board with running the football. I got no issues with that. It's the way he allows things to be dictated, because I think he actually had reasons for running all those trick plays. Like, well, that got them off balance. So in the fourth quarter, we were able to hand the ball to Mark Fletcher all these times. Like, bro, please. So you telling me that you waited until the game was 3-3 in the fourth quarter to finally, I don't know, do what's working, run the football? Is that what you're telling me? Yes, ready to bang heads, Lester. Read the damn title, bro. Bang heads. Jesus Christ, enough with you. God dang it. Like, it's, yeah, so. Whew. Shannon Dawson, do not allow the moment to get too big for you. I don't think the moment's too big for Carson Beck. Everyone's saying that. It's just so funny how much Carson Beck gets shit on, the reactions, and how it's, if he has to win the game with his arm, da 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 da. Holy Christ, bro! Like, dude, come on. You act like Carson Beck is some scrub playing fucking football. I've never heard a guy get shit on so much. 35-5 as a starter and gets absolutely shit on. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy to shit on somebody like this. It's flabbergasting, It's absolutely flabbergasting. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Maybe some of y'all get it. Maybe y'all have a better understanding of this than I do, because I don't get it. How the guy gets shit on so much. Oh, he has the tendency to throw 4 picks in a game. Like, what are you talking about? He threw 4 picks in one game this year. And a bunch of them, and I have already shown over and over again, were not on him. They were not on him. But no, he threw 4 picks. Again, if you didn't watch the game, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, the throw, like the one against SMU, again, you don't know what you're talking about. If you knew what you're talking about, then I guess, we could have a conversation, but clearly you do not. And they run this same narrative. I've heard it over and over again. I know you did not watch the game. And last year, he threw 3 picks. Yes, he threw 3 picks 3 times. One of them was in a 41-34 loss in which he brought them back against Alabama, in which he brought them back from a 28-0 deficit. They were down 28-0. 28-0. 30-7 at going into halftime. And he brought them back and took the lead at 34-33. And what happened? Their defense gave him a 75-yard touchdown on the next play. And yes, did he throw a pick in the end zone at the end of the game? Yes. Shit fucking happens. He had led them back from a 28-0 deficit against Alabama. I mean, on the road. On the road. He threw for 439 yards in that game. Like, what? Come on. Okay, he threw 3 picks against Texas. They won that game 30-15. He threw 3 against Florida. They won that game 34-20. He threw for 347 against Tennessee when they were ranked 7th in the country. He beat them by 14. This is what he did at freaking Georgia. He beat Clemson last year for 278, 2 touchdowns, 34-3. Like, this is what this guy did. It's like you act like he's trash or something. I've never heard nothing like it before in my life. The year before, he goes for 306 against Ole Miss, 52-17. He goes for 298 against Tennessee, 38-10. Missouri, 30-21, 254. Kentucky, 389. These are all ranked teams at the time. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, 389, 28-35. Come on. Like let's be honest. Let's be honest. And he's coming off of elbow surgery. So we still don't really know how healthy he is. He says he's good now. Of course he's going to say that, but he's also looked a lot better. Man, they talk about this guy like he is gum on the bottom of a shoe. I'm telling you right now, Carson Beck is drafted in next year's draft. He is at worst a 4th round draft pick. At worst, a 4th round draft pick. Oh, now we're making up stuff that he's dating a porn star. Like, stop, please. Give me a break. Like, has there been confirmation that he's dating the former porn star Abella Danger? Like, stop. Like, please. I mean, give me a break. And if he is, who gives a shit? That means he's getting his dick sucked really, really well. And for a man, that's a very, very important thing. For any men in this room, I'm sure you would agree that getting good blowies is a very, very important thing in your life. And if you're going to sit here and say it's not, then you're lying. Or you like dudes. Or you like dudes. So, oh my goodness. Here we go. That's it. Hands. So give me your score, Matt Hancock, because you're one of the biggest trolls I got. What is your score? Are you going to come out here with some ridiculous nonsense? Or are you going to come here and keep it real? What is your score, Matt? Okay, I can't read it. You can't read it. Was he chokes in big games? Whatever, dude. Okay, 17. So he's a choke artist, but you have 17-14. I mean, okay. 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 I mean, you have a respectable score there, obviously. So you don't believe the hype of a 10-point spread, clearly. But hey, if you don't think the Miami Hurricanes football players are looking at that spread and sitting here saying, yo, this is some absolutely ridiculous nonsense, you don't got Miami winning. Stop it. You don't have Miami winning. Stop the cap. No, you don't. Oh my goodness. You got Miami winning. Yeah, I believe that one. Woo, boy. Miami Heat beat the hell out of Denver Nuggets, 147-123. Second half without Nikola Jokic, they could not do shit. Wow. Scoring by 24 in the second half. You got Miami win. Yeah, I believe that. Put that on your Instagram, man. Oh boy, man. Anyone want to jump on and give their comments? I'll open the phone lines up because let's let y'all say y'all thing. If you want, you can jump on board. You don't have to put your face on. But let's keep it all respectable and respectful. It's open to anybody. Anybody wants to jump on board and give some comments, feel free. Let's talk about it. Let's have a good time. Is anyone here going to the game? Is anyone here going to be in the stadium? Because I'll tell you what, man, I am like so close to just buying a plane ticket, like to get there on Wednesday morning. I am so close to getting a plane ticket and going there Wednesday morning. I really am, because the game tickets have dropped. What I should have done was I should have asked for media credentials, but yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten them. Although I do see a whole bunch of Instagram pages that have media credentials for this, and they're not really real media. They're fake media. So, oh really? Yeah, the tickets are not bad. I mean, no, I've seen tickets today for $140 in the second deck. Just so you know, I've seen tickets today for $140. Like right now, I'm pulling up. You can get tickets for $39 right now, standing room only. Now I ain't doing that shit. That's craziness. But right now, $79, deck 3, 343, $79, 76. Yeah, there's tickets that are going quick. 73, third level. And that's not nosebleed. Those are actually good seats. You can see the entire field like that. There are no bad sight lines, it looks like, from this stadium. $96 here. This is on level 304. It's 304 row 13. Like the sight lines are great, man. I would love to. I mean, God, I'm almost convincing myself to tell my wife to pack a bag and we're gonna go for a day. Fly up New Year's Day, fly back the next day. I might be convincing myself of this because these tickets are not expensive. $85. Jesus Christ. Third level. I'm on SeatGeek right now. I mean, you're in the upper deck, they're going for $50. The fourth level, they're going for $50. Here's one in Here's second level for a 111, 102. They're it's a humongous stadium. 109, 96 second level. This is the end zone second level. Yeah, I'd probably take the $79 ones. That's a better angle than the second deck seats. I mean, even like right behind right now, it's 390 second level at the 35-yard line on the Miami Hurricane side, 297. And there's a lot of seats available. Lots of seats available. You can be at the 50-yard line for, $85 on the fourth deck. This is a monster size. Has anyone ever been to this stadium? This is a monster size stadium. Jesus Christ. Oh, we got someone here. What's going on, studio?
What's up, baby?
What's going on, man?
Just chilling.
What you got, man?
Hey, man, listen, I told these people 3 years ago, I was fighting these boys. I told them, boy, Mario was building the blueprint. They fought me. I told them, they left us out of the playoffs last year. My conspiracy is Cam Ward used the N-word a couple of times on national TV. And I heard, yes, he did. And I clipped it on my channel and CBS, I clipped saying Miami is about brand and you're out. It's almost like they're saying they didn't want us as a product on their network. And I clipped that as well. So I said, maybe, and then I thought about it. I hate to bring this racial, this conflict racial, but I just felt like with that and it being their first playoff, and they were like, man, Cam Ward will take over the whole headlines. I don't think we want Miami in. I said we were forced to lose that game at Syracuse. They thought I was playing. They thought it was that's conspiracy. I said, man, I know. It's hard to believe. I said, but next year they're going to owe us one because we didn't miss the playoffs because we lost to Syracuse. We missed the playoffs is because they raised Notre Dame throughout the year in the polls. And I clipped it. And I actually pinpointed the week they moved them above us. I said, ooh. I said, this bad. I said, watch, they're going to make us lose just so Notre Dame can take our spot. This was last year. So when this year came, all this Notre Dame, I said, y'all hold on, y'all calm down. I was on Coach Hayes' channel. I said, I got, and I was joking a little bit. I said, I got the memo from the NFL. They were the whole Kane Nation. Oh, we're not going to make it. They're going to screw us. I said, y'all calm down. The NFL just sent me a memo. They said, we got 4 or 5 potential first rounders. They got the number 1, number 2 potential first picks, King Messidor Bain. We want to see Carson Beck. He was a former first rounder. We want to see if he might be that guy. We're hurting on quarterbacks in the NFL. We got 5 second and third rounders. When we counted it up, I said, man, it's a guarantee about 10 gonna get drafted. Could be 15, depending on what they do in this playoff. I said, don't worry, brothers. They owe us one from last year, Notre Dame. We getting in. All right. We got in. Now, this is our revenge tour. I said, oh, this is the narrative I told you they're gonna bring Miami back as the bad guys. They need a bad guy in these playoffs. They need someone everybody loves to hate. And they resurrected our program. Slowly but surely, they were like, wait a minute, Mario, you're too ahead of schedule. That knee game, all that. We could have won 9 games, maybe 10 that year. We really could.
He ruined the season in that game.
He was forced to show progressional improvement. Because we could have came right back. They're like, no, Miami, y'all ain't coming right back. You know they hate our program. Y'all ain't coming right back. Y'all gonna slowly build it, and we gonna bring you back though, because we need y'all to sell some of this money and be the bad guys. Now look at all these stories lining up properly. You got the revenge game, all the headlines. Matter of fact, it's a family feud game. Some of the players was going to go to Ohio State. They stayed at Miami. Some of the players were going to come to Miami. They went to Ohio State. Then you got some of our What is the not the role player, but portal players. Keontae Scott got some former ties with some. It's just too perfectly aligned. And then you got George and Carson Beck and his story. Not to forget, not to mention Alabama or Oregon, no matter who makes it, we owe both of them. Well, we don't really owe Oregon, but I owe Alabama from 92. Because when George T ran down Lamar Thomas and snatched the ball from him, boy, that still got a bad taste in my mouth, brother. Still got a bad taste in my mouth, brother. So, yeah, I got us winning.
We were going to win that game if he hadn't fumbled that ball.
Oh.
If he had not given that ball away, we would have won that. We were going to come back and win that damn game. That play, oh, God. I know the score was 34-13. They were kicking our ass. Derek Lassick was running the ball down our fucking throats, and they were killing us because our I-back, whatever, that one-back, three-wide receiver thing that we did, we didn't keep anyone in the block, and they were killing us with their defensive ends. But holy shit.
London and Curry, oh, man, they were killing
us. They were killing us. And but yeah, that pass to Lamar Thomas, and he's just hanging that damn ball out there like a fucking loaf of bread, and George T just takes that shit at the 10-yard line. You're like, oh my God.
And run back the other way with I said, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Because I thought that if we had scored there, we would have had a shot to win that game. Because we had the weapons, and we were a big favorite in that game. On top of that, no one thought Bama was gonna win. But that is something that has happened to Miami in the past, where Miami's come in egotistical as hell. And 0-2 wasn't egotistical last year. They walked in. No one thought Ohio State was going to win except for Ohio State fans. And probably even Ohio State fans didn't believe they were going to win in 0-2. They didn't believe it. They hoped. But we can cry about the PI all day long. They outplayed us for 3.5 quarters of that game. They outplayed us. But yeah, that was.
I think when they hurt Willis McGahee, that took a little bit out of us too, boy.
That took a lot out of. You lose your 1,800-yard running back, and now you're not playing with him, and you blew his knee out, and the emotional component of that stuff, and seeing your teammate just go from the number 2 pick in the draft to, if it wasn't for Drew Rosenhaus, probably doesn't get even drafted in the first round. But yeah, this is a time now where Miami's players, I think, are doing a great job of keeping even keel. They're not saying anything, man. They're kind of bland and boring, but hey, bland and boring works, man. I feel like when you talk a lot of shit, and I'm cool with shit talking on the field. The field shit talking, I'm cool with. But when you talk a lot of trash before the game, you are just putting a lot of freaking pressure on yourself. Like, you better perform. If you don't perform, you look like a chump. Like, have you heard from Trey Zunn or Ruben Owens? Those motherfuckers disappeared. They they ran their mouths before the game. Trey Zunn was too much of a pussy to even get interviewed after losing to Miami and being run around like he was a turnstile. Number 1 offensive tackle in America. Like that, he put a world of pressure on himself, and I think he sunk under his own pressure. Because once he got beat, he committed the first pre-snap penalty of that game, and he got beat, and it's like, oh boy, he's getting beat. He's getting beat. And Ruben Owens can't run the ball anywhere. He gets 21 yards rushing. We can sit here and say that Mohamed Toure separated the ball from Ruben Owens, but you dropped it.
You could have held on.
You could have held on. You could have nutted, bucked up and pulled your balls up and manned the fuck up, and you dropped the ball. So, yeah, man, it's I did just look at the airfare. Yeah, the airfare makes this shit impossible. I'm not paying $1,000 for a plane ticket. I'd rather drive there.
Let me ask you a quick question, brother.
Yeah.
You think that 23-year ago game matters now?
No, none of it matters.
I disagree, brother. Let me tell you why.
They weren't even born.
Let me tell you why I disagree, brother. This is why I disagree. Okay. First of all, you come to Miami for championships, right? You come to the university for the tradition, right? Jeremiah, you went up to Ohio State because of the tradition, but they built it. What the players before you have built, right? Okay. So listen, it's just like saying you a little jit. Somebody do something to your granddaddy. You see him do it. You couldn't do it. You too little. You want revenge. You can't do nothing right now. You're a little kid, like the Kung Fu movies. 15 years later, you see that guy. What you gonna say? Oh, it's all right. That was 15 years ago, buddy. No problem. No, you're going to want that revenge. Just like Jeremiah gets to go into Ohio State and look at a trophy that was supposed to be in Miami on their banner. They hang it up when they walk in. Beautiful. Okay. And those players' blood, sweat, and tears to get those rings, to get those trophies. So the players can walk in. It's like, oh, this is a beautiful place. I want to come here and be a part of the tradition. That's our family, brother. And they stole something from us, brother. 6 rings, 34-year streak. Yeah, y'all weren't born. But that was your family. And
So
they get to see some.
So what's happened in the last 20 years? I mean, I'm being real, man.
Man. Okay. I'm gonna get. Okay, I'm glad you said that.
I covered this team. I covered this team very closely for over a decade. I heard the same song and dance from these guys, and they shit the bed over and over again. Like I don't
listen. I got you. Hold on. I got to respond.
Most of these guys' loyalty is as much as the paycheck is.
That's fine. Listen. I'm gonna analogize it to the Kung Fu movies again, right? Okay. Ohio State, they stealing our hometown heroes. Okay, not only just the ring they stole, they coming down here recruiting. Yeah, we a better program. And some of our Miami players say, "Oh, Miami's down. They're not good," and they're a traitor. And he decided to go elsewhere. Okay. Now, you got some of these skilled players that's going to be not traders. And they're going to be like, you know what? Miami's my family. And I'm going to get revenge for my family. You know, get some of these players are traders. Fine.
Are you also moving your mouth now like a Japanese kung fu?
Yeah. I do faceless videos. The realest kung fu styles. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But you get what I'm saying, though.
I know what you're saying. I just don't think it means shit. I do. Hey,
why don't with Jeremiah? Look at Jeremiah. Go back and look at Jeremiah short when he looked at it and said, "Yeah, they still worrying about it." And in his eyes, go look at him.
I think
he looked like it feels dirty right now to him.
I think
because he feel like, damn, did I make the right decision? I got a ring, but it's my hometown. Yeah, you feel like a traitor right now, brother. Even though it's 23 years later, it matters.
Him being a traitor. I mean, yeah, he's a traitor, but I think that these guys. I think Jeremiah Smith's petrified. Personally, I think Jeremiah Smith's petrified. I think he's nervous as shit. This game is.
Why else would he be nervous though, other than the fact that it matters?
Well, because I'm saying the game matters. It's the playoffs. He's from down here, but that has nothing to do with.
He wasn't nervous. He ain't nervous if it was Georgia, if it was anybody else. He nervous because it matters, and it's a revenge game, and we coming to bust his shit, and he know it.
So it matters because it's a revenge game, or it matters because he's
all that on top of it is pie. Yeah. This is a big one because look at it. I looked at his eyes. He looked at it like, okay, I wanted to come to Miami, but I already made the decision. So he was a loyal guy. So he would have felt bad if he switched out on Ohio State, right?
The night before he had flipped. I was told that he had flipped the night before.
I heard that too. But he was like, man, I'm gonna be killed. Which he made the right decision. You made the right decision, bro. You're on the cover of the magazine. They was in a better position to put you out there in that limelight. But you got your ring. Now this year, you're like, damn, if I can win, I can get 2 rings and tell them, yeah, I made the right decision. If I lose and they get a ring, it's gonna feel dirty to him. Because he could be like, man, I would have went to Miami and got both rings at Miami.
No, I would definitely. I think he's definitely. This game is weighing on him, and there's pressure on him to perform. There's also pressure on the dude Kenyatta Jackson to perform, the defensive end. There's pressure on Brandon Innes to perform. These are all dudes from South Florida. They got pressure on them, and I mean, but Jeremiah Smith, he can't. I just don't know why Jeremiah Smith's even talking though. Like he needs to just shut the fuck up. Like his mouth is not helping him because someone said, "Oh, well, he was asked the question." Like, yeah, he was asked the question. Who cares? You know what your response is? I'm happy where I am. I made the right decision. I won a
Yeah.
national championship. I'm playing in the playoffs again. I
Yeah.
made the right decision. No, he says, no, yeah, well, if they had been better, I would have gone to Miami. Like, yo, what?
Yeah, now that was a weird. That was
Like
weird there.
you're saying that crap 2 days before the game? That's bananas to me that you would say that right before this game. It just shows me that there's something's off. And
That
people
is weird.
and people will sit here and of course people were all in the comments telling me I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. When you sit here and you tell the world that you would have gone to the other school. So what you're telling me is basically had Miami been 10-2 and not 7-6 that year, he would have gone to Miami. Because we went 10-2 with Cam Ward. And I believe realistically, after seeing what we did, that if he was on that team, Miami's the national championship champion, regardless of the defense, because they probably would have averaged 55 or 60 points a game the way they were going. With him on the outside, Jesus Christ. We haven't had an outside target like that since Andre Johnson.
Boy, you had him, Arroyo, Strepo, man, that would have been deadly.
The weapons, I mean,
yeah, that would have been deadly. That would have been deadly.
You know,
yeah, so I do think it matters a bit, brother. It does. This is the history. It's alive. It's taking on a character of its own. So I can't wait. And then Keontae Scott and Jacoby Thomas. I got a message for those brothers. I know y'all not a part of this Miami family feud. Y'all not part of this, this player going here, this school, that school. But your family now. And Jeremiah Smith, he on the cover of NCAA football. That feels disrespectful. You don't think Jacoby Thomas, you don't think that's he on the cover? This guy? Man, they shut this man down. They could stamp themselves first round picks.
No, I tell you
Jacoby
what.
Thomas and Keontae Scott is trending on that first, second, third round. If they ball out this playoffs, they can stamp themselves.
I mean, if they shut down Jeremiah Smith, and by shut down, I would tell you that they keep him to 4 catches or less, because that's what I would say is shutting him down is 4 catches or less, and no big plays. So it was like 4 for like 40 or 4 for 50, something like that. You keep him to something like that. If Miami doesn't win that game, I'd be floored. Because
I am concerned about Carnell Tate and that tight end, because we have been kind of.
The tight end worries me more, but than Carnell Tate. Jeremiah Smith caught 80 passes. Carnell Tate caught 48. Like there's a level. Those guys are like, people act like those guys are 1A and 1B. No, they're not. They're 1 and 2. Carnell Tate's a 2. He's not the 1. He's a 2. And you caught 48 passes. Like, you're averaging 4 catches a game, or less than that. Actually, 13 games. He's averaging under 4 catches a game. So. And the tight end concerns me because we haven't really had to deal with tight ends all that much this year. I think NC State had a good one, but we blew them out so badly that he was irrelevant. But overall, we haven't had to deal with tight ends that much, and he's a solid one. And I tell you what, if you gave us a 43 catch tight end, we'd be real tough to stop.
Yeah, I don't know why we ain't going to our tight end.
I'm going to reply to a comment here. Outcast. No one needs to chill with the trader talk because it's an opinion. It's an opinion because you don't know the backstory of these players. Like, you're talking about a guy that really wanted to go to Miami, and that's how he's viewed. That's how fans would view him. I mean, you don't have to view him. You can view him however you want. If a guy from Columbus, Ohio, was the number 1 wide receiver in the country, he chose to come to Miami instead of Ohio State, you would probably be calling him a traitor. You would. So acting like that's a problem. Yeah, you would probably call him a traitor. And you'd have every right to say that about a guy who, is from Columbus, Ohio. This guy's from Miami, Florida. His teammate, his sidekick, receiver, is at Miami right now. His quarterback might actually end up at Miami next year. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. But it's quite a possibility.
Hey, can I say something too, brother? Yeah, I hope they understand that these are for competitive sports references. Yeah. We're not saying when we call him a trader, you're a trader for our team fan talk shit. But when it comes to him being successful, when he go to the NFL, I'm a root for the guy. I hope he have a great successful season, brother. It's not like that. But right now, he's a traitor, and I want to bust his ass.
He's enemy number one. Like he's public enemy number one. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, the way I'm old school football, man. Like I don't know if you seem like you're from my age demographic, and you get the guys who back in the day, you know, it's like if you knock the quarterback out of the game, you give yourself a much better chance to win.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not against doing that. Like cut the bullshit. I want Mesidor and Bain to put their face mask, not their helmet, but their face mask into the chest of Julian Saint and break his sternum.
Yeah, and make him sit out, have to come out the game.
Make him leave the game. I want you to hit that guy so hard that he doesn't want to play anymore.
Until they running with the second and third string.
Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, that's literally what Lawrence Taylor used to say all the time, man. I knocked the first. Remember that video, Thunder and Destruction the NFL did? Yo, we knocked the quarterback out. We have a much better chance to win the football game. So but nowadays is you have to give everyone a hug and a kiss. Like, no, we don't. We're here to hurt you. You're here to hurt me. I'm here to hurt you. This is a fight. This is football. Just because they've removed real hitting from football, it wouldn't. I mean, I guess it would depend on the player who did it, because you don't want to lose a certain guy. But if someone managed to earhole somebody that knocks them out the game, okay, maybe he gets ejected too. But if I gotta trade Pruitt for Jeremiah Smith, I'm making that trade. If I gotta trade, a backup linebacker for Julian Saint, I'm making that trade. And I think that Ohio State people would say the same damn thing, because they had no problem blowing Willis McGahee's knee out. I've heard Ohio State fans mock Willis McGahee over that shit. Like, his knee shouldn't have been there. Fuck you mean? The guy's knee got blown out. So, and it's part of the game. It's part of football. Yeah. We got to stop acting like we don't get excited when someone lays a massive hit on somebody. It's football. That's how we grew up. Just because they pussified the game so damn much, it's crazy. And by the way, Outcast, which one of them is from Ohio? Paris or Cantwell? Whichever one's from Ohio, do you view him as a traitor for not going to Ohio State? You'd be in your right to do so. You would be in your right to do so. That's up to you. I'm not telling you how to feel. Like, I don't, this holier than thou shit where people want to tell people how they're supposed to feel. You can feel how you feel. I can feel how I feel. Like we disagree on the 23-year thing. I really don't care about it. I think most of these kids today are fucking, they're so into their cell phones and shit. They don't know. They couldn't even tell you who the capital of Florida is, for Christ's sake. Some of these guys. It's kind of embarrassing. I mean, I talk to my sons who are 12 and 13. Oh my goodness. To listen to the dumb shit that comes out of their mouths, I mean, you hear shit like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the greatest player of all time in basketball. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I want to hear you, dumbass. And yeah, I've heard that crap. But we all have opinions. But like my era, we were always looking for the crack back. We were always looking for the thing that you could push the line. And if they didn't call it, if they didn't call it, then it was perfectly fine. Now they call everything. So now they call everything.
Yeah, they call everything.
I do think that it's very important that Miami cannot allow the chunk plays. Those chunk plays. I don't think either team will be able to just drive 12, 13 play drives for 80 yards and score a touchdown. Both teams are going to need chunk plays to score. And Indiana had a bunch of those opportunities, and for Mendoza underthrew him. He underthrew their guys over and over again. The plays were there. You got to make them. And I just don't want Shannon Dawson to turn into a big ass pussy if he misses a deep ball. Says, we got to stand at 3rd and long. Yeah, sure, buddy. We know this. In a perfect world, sure. Yeah. But if you run 10 trick plays in the first 40, you're going to fuck the offense up. So please don't run 10 trick plays in the first 40 plays that we run. We only ran 49 plays against Texas A&M. Like, that's not a lot of plays. So, but yeah. If Chris Henry, Outcast, if Chris Henry had said, I'm not coming to Ohio State and flipped, would you call him a traitor? Ain't he from Ohio? I mean, again, you're getting excited about having someone lined up across from a guy who's from South Florida. What if Jeremiah Smith said, "You know what? I'm transferring to Miami." He won't do it, but what if he said that after the year? Like, what would you say to that? Yeah, I think Miami has to stop. Miami has to come out hard and fast. Like, we have to make a statement early on. We have to be the hitter, not the hitty. We have to come out and lay wood ASAP. Like, as soon as that whistle blows, we have to be the ones that knock their heads off. That's just the way I feel. We can't allow them to be the person that lands the first shot. Man, I appreciate you jumping on board. Are you going to the game?
Yeah, man, they done brought out the same damn pick phone number, the back to back. I'm looking at the number. And I looked at it, and I was going the way I was look through my number. I said, man, I'll run that back. And I was like, I ain't gonna run it back. It came right back.
What was that?
Crazy. 9081. It came 0981.
So what is your prediction? What is your prediction for this game?
I really think we probably gonna beat them up pretty decent because one, they've been sitting for a while. We done got that game.
Which I think matters, but yeah.
I think that really matters. Not to mention we done got a game and got the perfect rest, like 10 days, not the 7-day rest. We got a 10-day rest. So to me, I think that's optimum. You know what I'm saying? I think we probably beat them something like 20-10, man, 24-10, 24-13. Okay. I think the spread gets flipped, that we actually win it by the 10 points. In the mid-range, it's not going to be low scoring like the Texas A&M, but it ain't going to be high scoring either. 16-20-ish.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time believing it's 10-3 again or 10-7. I'd have a hard time believing that would happen again. I had it 20-13, so I'm pretty close in that. We settle for field goals a lot, and if you actually look at the possessions for Ohio State against Indiana, the game was played like a Miami game, low possession, 8-9 possession game. So that's the type of game that Miami plays. So it's now a matter of who's more efficient and executes better. So, but man, I appreciate you, man, coming on.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, brother.
You too, man. Take care of yourself. Anyone else want to jump on board? Hit the link right here. I'm happy to have you on. I'm going to take maybe a couple more calls before we wrap up in the next 10 minutes or so. But I do appreciate everyone jumping on board. I do think that Miami has to jump out strong. I think, if Miami doesn't come out strong, it could be a bad night. I think that's critical for the Hurricanes. Running the ball is obviously very, very important. Carson Beck has got to be allowed to play quarterback. If Shannon Dawson handcuffs this guy and doesn't let him throw the ball down the field, look for those chunk plays, it could also be a problem. You can't coach a game scared. And just like you can't play a game scared, you can't coach a game scared. I do wonder about Ryan Day taking over the play calling duty, if that has any level of an impact on them, because you are a different voice on the headset. There is a cadence for plays. There is things that you're used to doing with a certain coach. Then if a new coach comes in, maybe he doesn't run it the exact same way, so it's a little bit different in how plays are coming in. Day did say that there could be could be like a group committee deciding plays, which I thought was crazy. I mean, maybe he didn't mean that, but he said it. I don't understand why you would even have Brian Hartline still on the sideline if he's not going to call the offense. That's just stupid to me. I don't know what Ohio State. I'm sure Ohio State fans will sit here and say, "Oh, it's no big deal," but I mean, come on now, it is a big deal. That's literally, it's actually a pretty huge deal, and it's one of the reasons that Ole Miss wanted their OC back so badly, more than Lane Kiffin, because their OC is the one that calls the game, actually. So, yeah, and obviously Carson Beck has to have time, which will also be created by having an effective running game. The offensive line, look, Miami's offensive line is good. Like we can, their pass blocking is elite. They don't allow him to get sacked. He's only been sacked 12 times this season. That's in 13 games. They do a great job protecting him, and I mean, heck, against Texas A&M couldn't get near him. I mean, 2 times, but both those times were on blitzes. So, yeah, I just need Shannon Dawson to let it rip, man. He needs to let it rip. He needs to let it go, man. If you handcuff your quarterback, I'm gonna take it for that game was really windy, and I was told by people that were there it was windy as hell. It was windy as hell, and I do think that when Carson Beck said he thought he had a touchdown pass to JoJo Trade and then the ball just airmailed because the wind took it, that kind of psyched out Shannon Dawson more than it psyched out Carson Beck. Because he said he thought that ball was perfect and it just sailed. So the wind does have play a factor. I'm not by any means in saying that it doesn't play a factor. It absolutely plays a factor. There is a role in that, but you cannot have it be completely, have it completely end your game plan. So you got to have some level of stick to itiveness and stick to the plan. You have to run the ball. Like, you have to run the football. There's nothing. You have to run the football, period. If you don't run the football, it's going to be, I think either team can't run the football. Now, what would make it interesting more is if neither team can run the football. If neither team can run the football, who the hell knows what happens? But the team that runs the ball better probably wins the game. But, we've also experienced that against SMU, having a team under -2 yards rushing through regulation and losing. Having that happen was crazy in itself to see that. I mean, y'all remember that game. It was nuts to see that you held someone under negative yards rushing and you were in overtime and then you lost. I mean, ended up with like 23 yards rushing, but yeah, that was crazy. So Miami, I haven't really, Mario Cristobal. I mean, believe it or not, I'm not all that concerned about him. I'm just more concerned about, yeah, do I, you know what you already know what he's going to try to do. That he wants to win that middle 8. He will always say it. He wants the ball at the end of the first half and at the beginning of the second half. So obviously if Miami wins the toss, they're going to defer and take the ball in the second half. So that means their defense has to come out immediately and lay belt to ass and make them feel it immediately. They have to get out of that thing 3 and out, set the tone early. Defensively, they have to set the tone early. You cannot let Ohio State get any level of confidence and feeling good about themselves. And yeah, you have to be tremendously aggressive and get them off the field, and you have to score. You have got to score early. Yeah, I think the fact that the field goal situation was what it was against A&M made the game look closer, because if Miami makes their kicks, they win that game 19-6, 19-3, because A&M's kick was blocked. Miami missed 3 kicks, including 2 that were just brutally missed. Those second 2 were the ones that, the long one, I give him a pass, but the second 2, the 40-yarder that he just completely sailed to the right, and the 35-yarder he hit the post on, that was just ridiculous. You have to make those kicks. And if you make those kicks, it's 16-3. Like, no one's even sitting here talking about Miami's offense then. So no, you don't throw out games. So do you throw out the Indiana game? No, you do not. We're not throwing out games. See, this is the mentality. You need to throw out the game. No, the defenses dominated that game. Both defenses were excellent in that game. Give credit where it's due. Texas A&M's defense was great. Miami's defense was great. Period. Miami ran the ball. That's why Miami won the game. Miami ran the ball. Same way Indiana won 13-10 over Ohio State. We don't throw the games out because it doesn't suit what you want it to suit. Stop it, man. That's just silliness. That's silliness. Throw out that game. When we were throwing out games now. So I guess we should throw out the 14-7 win over Texas, right? As well. Should we throw that one out? It was early season and Arch Manning hadn't really played yet. If he played you in week 12, would he beat you in week 12? Come on, dude. No, we don't throw out games, bro. It's not how this shit works. You play in the same freaking conditions. We played 4 games early on this year in the rain. Do we throw those games out too? And we played our first 4 games in the rain. The Miami Notre Dame game was played in the rain for half the game. Miami Florida game was played in the rain for half the game. The South Florida game was played in the rain for half the game. No, don't throw games out. You play on the field, bro. No one on earth thought Miami was going to fucking win that game 10-3. Nobody, not even me. Let's stop it. No, now he's an average passer. No, he was a Heisman Trophy contender 2 weeks earlier, but now he's an average passer. You can't do that, dude. Because the same people that were picking A&M because of Marcel Reed, no, it doesn't mean, oh, now he's an average passer. No, they said they were going to win because of Marcel Reed. Stop, bro. Stop. I know this is how you want to make it for, to give yourself confidence. You only beat Texas this year. That's your win. You beat Texas. Like, we can call it what it is. Your best win was Texas. Michigan stunk. You want to keep it a buck. They weren't very good. They had a fugazi fucking record. The same way you want to say that SMU stunk, Michigan stunk. And you lost your other tough game. This is what happened. It's a fact. No, most people picked A&M to win. In fact, it was probably like 95% nationally that A&M was picked to win. 95%. People didn't pick Miami. They all ran the same narrative. Marcel Reed is mobile. And I kept telling people, Marcel Reed mobile don't mean dick. Miami shut down mobile quarterbacks all season. Like, an average passer, but that's not what was said going into the game. No one said he was an average passer. They said he was incredibly mobile and he would win the game with his legs. He would win the game with his legs. I said he was I said in all of my videos that he wasn't a very good passer. I said it. No, everyone else came back with no. He's going to win with his legs. No. You don't get to flip it around now because it went. I ain't rolling with that crap. I ain't rolling with that crap for nothing because I got video after video after video of recording after recording after recording of all these guys. Josh Pate, Joel Klatt, Rufino, Joe, all these dudes, and on and on. All these dudes, Urban Meyer, all these motherfuckers who picked Texas A&M. Stop it. Stop it. You know who picked Miami? Nick Saban. Yeah, because the guy who knows football better than everybody else pretty much picked Miami because he also called Miami the most dangerous team in the playoffs. You were part of that 5% then because the reality is national guys were picking Texas A&M left and right because of Marcel Reed's legs. They questioned everything about Carson Beck. Oh, he sucks. He can't. He's going to choke the game. Oh, he's this, he's that. And it's the same shit being said this week. It's the same shit being said this week as if Carson Beck has not had a good football game against a good team in his life. I have never seen a guy get shit on so much. The Carson Beck slander, and I never defend quarterbacks like this because I think most quarterbacks are overrated. But goddamn, this guy is so underrated. It's unreal. Unreal. Do you think Diego Pavia wins a national championship as Miami's quarterback? Fuck no. No way. No way. Not a chance. Like you can grab me all these guys. This guy is the right quarterback for this team. He is the right quarterback for this team. He is a mature vet. He knows how to lead. And he could throw 4 picks. Yeah, so fucking what? And Julian Saint could throw 2. And Marcel Reed could throw 2. So what? Big deal. And I've debunked those picks over and again, which tells me once again they don't watch the games. They watch highlights. I mean, everyone, it's becoming a running joke at this point. One bad game and all of a sudden Carson Beck can't play football. My goodness. Oh, Diego Pavia would absolutely date a Bella Danger. But I don't know that Carson Beck is dating a Bella Danger, by the way, Duke. So I have no idea about that. Just because someone posts some dumb shit online doesn't mean it's happening. Just because someone, but like I said, if he is, he's getting the best sloppy toppy on earth. He's getting someone who's very, very experienced in taking care of her man or taking care of a man. I think Carson Beck's going to have a great game. And a great game doesn't mean he's going to throw for 300. A great game means he's going to go 24 of 28, 22 of 28 for 250. That's a great game. Sloppy toppy, Lester. Seriously? If I have to explain it to you, bro? Come on now. Lester, I hope I don't have to explain it to you what sloppy toppy is, man. Come on. Yeah, you give any quarter, and anyone that says, oh, well, they put pressure on him. Well, if you put pressure on anybody, like you put pressure on anybody, folks, we got to remember, no quarterback likes having their chin checked. SMU and Louisville Well, you want to if you want to actually discuss it, I'm happy to discuss that with you. Matchups do matter, but Miami, I'm gonna tell you what happened against Louisville. Miami came out arrogant. Miami came back arrogant. That was the problem. They got their heads got big. They were unprepared. They came out arrogant. They came out like their shit didn't stink, and they gave up 14 points in the first quarter to Louisville. The defense looked terrible, which I wouldn't expect. You say tendencies; those aren't tendencies. The defense looked bad for a quarter, and for the next three, they gave up 10 points. And Miami had the ball with a chance to tie the game or win the game, despite the fact that Beck threw 4 picks. Despite that. So, and Louisville changed their entire offense against Miami. I don't know if you're aware of that. Did you? I'm going to ask you this, Outcast. Did you actually watch the SMU and Louisville games? It's a simple question. If you didn't watch them, then you really can't comment on something when you didn't watch it. If you did watch it, did you watch it with, like watch it unbiasedly? So again, Louisville, they ran crossers the entire game. They ran short passes, swing passes. They did not throw the ball downfield. This is a team that threw the ball downfield all the time. And then against Miami, Jeff Brom bluntly completely outcoached the Miami Hurricanes coaching staff. Completely outcoached them. Completely outcoached them. These are facts. They outcoached them. So when you outcoach somebody and you have a plan that they're not prepared for, you walk into a game arrogant as fuck because everyone's telling you that you Outcast, let's keep it a buck here. People were saying that Miami was the number 1 team in the country when they were 5-0. Even there were a lot of people that were saying that Miami got like 10 first place votes for the poll. They ranked second behind Ohio State. And there were a lot of people out there were saying Miami was better than Ohio State at the time. Hell, Miami's resume was better at the time. That's not even debatable. At the time, it was a better resume. At the time, it was the best resume in college football at the time. They had 3 ranked wins at that moment. And they went in and they underestimated a 4-1 Louisville team and only lost by 3 or whatever it was to, I think it was Virginia, who was a solid football team. And that first quarter killed us. But we did throw, Beck did throw picks. But those picks that Beck threw, like at some point you have to, tip your cap to the opponent when they make a play like the first pick he threw, which was a great play by the DB who cut across the entire field on Tony who was wide open and got tackled. It was a PI. They didn't call it. Move on. Again, if they don't tackle Tony, that ball does not get picked. Maybe it's not caught, but it doesn't get picked. Then you have one that he goes deep to, I think it was Joshua Moore. And I think it was Moore. If I wasn't Moore, then I can be stand corrected. And the guy didn't fight for the ball. It was a jump ball play, and our receiver doesn't knock the ball away. Like that's wide receiver 101. It's wide receiver 101. Like you have to, if you have a jump ball and you can't get it, you have to knock that ball away. Our receiver didn't do that. The third interception happened on a 4th down and 4 from about the 45-yard line going in, and the left guard completely whiffed on the block. Completely whiffed, and Carson Beck had to just get rid of the ball. And he just threw the ball. He just threw the ball downfield, honestly. He threw the ball downfield on a 4th and 4. And Miami Hurricane fans or whoever can sit here and say, oh, that was a terrible throw. He was otherwise going to get sacked. And if he gets sacked, he actually gets sacked. He's probably behind the 50. And then people will be saying, oh, he's stupid. So he throws it downfield. It gets intercepted. It actually was almost a de facto punt, a short punt. And the next play, Zachariah Poyser and Keontae Scott force a fumble, recover a fumble, and Miami scores a play later, and it's 24-21. That's what happened. So that last drive, I thought the way that Miami handled that drive, I thought the way Cristobal handled that drive was terrible. He played the game to not win it. And then he played it to not. It was like he played it to kick a field goal when he didn't need to. There was 4 minutes to go. We had 3 timeouts. He just let clock burn down. It was like he played not trusting his defense to get the stop if they needed to get a stop after scoring a touchdown. Like that weakness of playing for field goals pisses me off. But then on first down, here he goes throwing the football from the 30-yard line, and it's into a blitz. And Carson Beck throws to his hot read, and his hot read runs the wrong route. It was like, so and everyone said that he ran the wrong route, that Elijah Lofton ran the wrong route. But we're gonna blame the quarterback. It's easy to blame the quarterback. So, yeah, that shit to me, that shit to me is just crazy. The way they talk about this guy like he's fucking dog shit. Against SMU, Miami's up 7-0. He throws a perfect pass to JoJo Trader, and JoJo Trader drops the ball and turns it into an interception. Hits him in the fucking hands. He bobbles the ball into the air. It gets picked off, and 1 play later, it's 7-7. Changed the entire game. Because if he catches that ball, that's likely a touchdown. He cuts back, he goes for a touchdown. Or at least it's a 25-yard gain. We were moving on them with ease. And then Mario Cristobal and Shannon Dawson, his sphincter got tight and he stopped throwing the ball down the field. He literally said it. He said it. And it's proven by what happened. He didn't call plays downfield anymore. Let's not attack the weakness of this team. The weakness of SMU was their defensive backfield. Let's not attack. No, let's just run the ball into the back of linemen. That's what we were doing. We weren't playing Gerard Pringle at that point and getting that outside game going on. And then the last pick of the game in overtime, yeah, that sucked. Malachi Tony ran the wrong route. Like we can debate this all day. He was running a crosser and he drifted into the end zone. He allowed that his drifting into the end zone allowed the ball to get picked. These are mistakes. These are mistakes that happen in a game. I mean, it happens. And you know what? Since that time, Miami's been more focused and played better the last 5 games. They've played way better. So, yeah. Did George T get inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame after that play? The NFL Hall of Fame? No. No, not. I doubt it. He's probably in the Alabama Hall of Fame. Probably in the Bama Hall of Fame. But, yeah, man. Folks, yeah. We got to... Carson Beck is solid, man. I think he's going to play well. I think he's going to play well. I think this is going to be I think this is going to be a freaking epic game. It's going to be an epic. I have a feeling we're going to all be sitting on the edge of our chairs, couches, wherever we are. I did look at Playing Fair. These tickets are going for like $900. Like, fuck. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen unless I flew into Houston. And I don't know how far. How far is Houston to Dallas? Houston to Dallas. It's a 3.5-hour drive. What city's closer to Dallas than that? Is there another city closer to Dallas? Nope. Austin. I mean, Austin's a little bit closer. I mean, I was about my sister lives in Austin, and my brother-in-law said, "Hey, you can fly to Austin, and I can drive you up there, and you can buy me a ticket." I'm like, that's funny. That's cute. Like, it's like, is Ohio State the same team that they were when they played Texas? No. Is Miami the same team that they were when they played Notre Dame? No, we're better than when we played Notre Dame. Is Miami the same team that played Louisville and SMU? No, we're better than that now. Like, we got better. Things changed. People got healthy. You know, I'd be the first one to sit here and tell you, like, I'm not one of these guys that glazes and shit. I live in reality. I know. I was the guy on InsideTheU.com that every year was getting screamed at by fans when I'm saying that Miami's going 7-5. Like, I'm that guy. I'm that guy that said if we go 8-4, it's a successful season. We go 9-3, we should be thrilled. Like, I'm that guy. I'm not that guy that sits here and tells you we're going to go undefeated. We're not. Because for a very, very long time, even up, not this year, but for a very, very long time, you know, when people did that thing about wins, losses, win, this is a W, this is an L, this is a W, all that shit, that's how other teams were looking at us. Oh, that's a W. We're going to beat Miami. Yet they're going to act like they won the Super Bowl playing Miami, but they're going to, because Miami still has value and cachet. So they get all excited when they beat Miami. Like you're doing this shit. Like when you do that shit, like that's whack, bro. If a guy for Ohio State does that shit in the game, I'm gonna think those guys are whack. If Jeremiah Smith does that, I'm gonna think he's pretty whack. Because I just think that's lame. Because if we're trash and you're supposed to beat us, mocking our symbol is like, why? For what? It doesn't make sense. I mean, teams like North Carolina do shit like that, you know. So let me see here. What is airfare to Austin? I might tell you what, I'm trying to convince myself not to go, but goddamn, I want to go now. If I go, then I'm not going to be live though. So let's see. Let's see what we got to Austin, Texas. Let's go December. I gotta fly in the 31st though. At least the 31st. The game is the 30th. My fear of that is shit. Oh boy. Plane ticket to Austin, Texas. 3:15. Okay, no, I gotta be there in the morning. I need a morning flight. Damn, you see these flights are playing with. This one at 3. It's there at 10:45 in the morning. That's enough time to drive to Dallas. What tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Shit, I can't go tomorrow. I mean, that's like no notice. That's no notice. Let's see here. I mean, I could fly in tomorrow night for 2:29. Let's see here. Fly back on Friday. I'll be on my couch. This is too much headache. I'll be on my couch. But anyhow, people, man, I appreciate y'all jumping on board tonight. We are less than 48 hours away. Before we go, hit the like button. I appreciate that. Please do hit the like button and drop your predictions. What is your prediction? Drop your predictions in the chat. Everybody, please drop your predictions in the chat. Who you got winning in scoreboard? Let me know what y'all think. Definitely want to know what y'all think before we go. Appreciate it. And Lester, have you figured out what sloppy toppy is yet? Have you figured out what sloppy toppy is yet, my man? Thank you, Geo Kane. Are you the same Geo Kane that has a show as well? Are you the same Geo Kane that has a show as well, or are you a different one? Because I know there's a Geo Kane out there that has a show. No? Okay. I thought there was a Geo Kane that had a show as well, man. And look, man, I'm appreciating Mario Cristobal as well a little bit more. Like he got me feeling a little bit better about him. You know, I was a big proponent of Mario Cristobal when we hired him. I wanted Mario for a long time, but God, dog, he did not start off well with that Georgia Tech game, bro. That Georgia Tech game, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That one was definitely not inspirational. That was like, Jesus Christ, Mario, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like that crap makes no kind of sense. Gio Milan. Okay, I know that name too. Okay. They mentioned me on the show? Really? When? Today? What show did they mention me on? I'd love to go check it out, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone talks about me on their show, whether it's good or bad. I hope it was good. I hope it was good. There is that the 305 Rock Boys. Is that them or is that a different show? The Orange Bowl crew or whatever it was. I'll tell you what, Outcast in Miami Interior is dangerous. Ahmad Moulton is a monster. David Blade's a monster. Justin Scott, these guys are monsters. If the interior of your line is giving y'all problems, that's probably why you can't run they don't think you see. I also don't ride with the thought that they don't run the ball. Like Ohio State can run the football. Like we have to stop this narrative that Ohio State has no running game. Ohio State gets more yards running the ball than Miami does. Like, that's like another fake narrative. They don't not run the ball. Maybe they don't run the ball as well as they used to or as they have in the past, but they don't. They do actually. Caneswear. Okay, Gio Million's the Caneswear podcast. Okay, yeah, I actually dropped by their store and I left my lanyards there to give them away for free. Yeah, I have to check that out. But yeah, that thought process that they don't run the ball, like, bro, they run for 160 plus yards a game. Like, they can run the ball. Now, maybe they don't run it the way they used to run it. Nevin's hilarious. I've talked to Nevin. Nevin's a trip, man. He is I mean, we've had some conversations about old school Miami football. Like, he's a trip, actually. People don't know the whole story about him. Like, they don't like him for whatever reason. They think he did what he did. Nah, there's a lot more to it than that. He covered a lot of people's asses, man. I can tell you that. He covered lots of people's asses. And mind you, I was covering Miami when he was going through that stuff, and nobody liked him. He was persona non grata at Miami after that point, but person non grata, whatever it is. But if you hear the whole story, there's way more to it. There's way more to it. Yeah, I was a guest on their Instagram podcast, actually, their Instagram show that they did. And we're trying to work some stuff out to do, hopefully. I mean, we obviously, I'm not counting any eggs before they hatch. We have to win. We have to win, obviously, over Ohio State, but to do a live podcast from the stadium at the national championship would be absolutely freaking dope. I would love to do it. I would love to do a pregame show from the stadium. That would be freaking amazing. That would be awesome. So, heck, I'd want to get us all together to do one big ass show with get all the channels together that do podcasts and just link it to everyone's show. And then everyone gets new followers to their shows who watch everyone else's show and stuff like that. Get everybody together. Because I don't know if you're aware, but there are some people within the Canes community that don't like each other. There's people that don't care for each other. Yes, it's true. It's true. Yeah, AJ Canes. I've been calling Ruben Bain Hurricane Ruben Bain, by the way. Yeah, I think that, Ohio's going to run the football. Like, I don't know why, but yes, I think that Miami has the ability to stop the run, but they can run the football. The whole mentality, they can't run the ball is crazy. It's like the whole mentality that Carson Beck can't throw the ball. Like, he's all of a sudden some garbage can quarterback that can't play football. But Ohio State's a damn good team, man. And look, whatever it is, this is going to be a big to the national championship. I don't know yet. I mean, I put in my order on with the Hurricane Club, and the cheapest one was $475 in the upper deck. That's what I ordered. I mean, I'm not spending $1,500 a ticket for a game. Like, I'm not doing it. What I would probably do if I couldn't get tickets, then I would get my media credentials and I'd go to the game and cover it from the press box. Actually, I could not be live though. I'd have to be in the press box. So yeah, I don't know I'll look. I mean, what's the cheapest ticket right now? Here's the thing, depending on who goes to the national championship game will also determine how ticket prices look. So if Miami's in the national championship, yeah, the lowest price on SeatGeek is $2,352 right now. Jesus Lord. I don't even know how do these people even have tickets yet? Like, we don't even have tickets yet. I don't even know how they have tickets. Like, these are all ticket brokers speculating and shit like that. These tickets are a fortune. God damn. If Miami went to the national championship, these tickets would jump up by probably 3 times. If Miami went to the national championship, yeah, you're sitting in the top row of the end zone for $2,500. Yeah, you legitimately, if Miami went to the national championship, this cheap seat of $2,500 would probably be like $6,000 or $7,000. Yeah, it would be crazy. It'd be absolutely crazy. Now, if other teams go, then you would see the prices come down. The prices would come down. I think you have lots of speculation. If you're looking to buy tickets to the national championship, do not buy them yet. Do not buy them yet. You would be out of your damn mind if you couldn't get them through the Hurricane Club, because you won't even know about that until after the The Fiesta Bowl. That's if Miami wins this on Wednesday and then wins the Fiesta Bowl, which again is another tough ass game if it happens. You have to win both those games. Then they would tell you if you got your tickets. So I don't know how it's gonna work. I put in for 4. I pray I can get 4 because I know my sons would want to go, but I ain't spending $2,500 on a ticket to a football game. Like no fucking way. I'm not spending mortgage payments on a fucking ticket to a football game. Like not gonna happen. That's insane. That's nuts. You're talking tickets to the Super Bowl right there. That's Super Bowl level tickets. Jimmy. I think they would drop by probably half. I think you probably could get in for $1,000 or less, more than half. I mean, it depends on who. So if Oregon was to get to the national championship, these people ain't flying 4,000 miles, 3,000, 4,000 miles to get down here. I mean, that's not a cheap plane ticket. That's a very expensive. I mean, you're talking about this is a $10,000 trip, $15,000 trip. So if let's say Georgia, I'm gonna throw this out there. If Georgia went to the national championship, I went to the Georgia-Florida State game. They had a lot of fans there, but that game didn't mean shit. It was the Orange Bowl. It didn't mean anything. But they brought a bunch of people, so I think that they would go because they could drive down here. They wouldn't fly down here. They drive down here. I gotta wonder, would Ohio State bring? Ohio State played in the national championship last year. I don't remember where the game was last year, but if they played in Miami in the national championship, would they really bring 30,000 fans? This stadium only holds 65,000. It only holds 65,000. Texas Tech. Who else? Indiana. Indiana could bring a crowd because of Mendoza, because he is a local boy. I think it would drop some. I'm not saying it would drop a lot. I mean, yeah, maybe I would. I think it would drop by half. I think right now you're in speculation mode on tickets. Like the ticket brokers are saying, we pray to God that Miami goes to the game, makes it to this game, or pray that people buy tickets before that, because there's gonna be lots of Miami fans that would dump off tickets. I know people selling tickets to the Orange Bowl game on January 1st because they got tickets. They have tickets to the Orange Bowl, and they're selling their tickets because they're going to be in Dallas. So, anyhow, yeah, that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all time, man. I thank y'all for jumping on board. We are, like I said, less than 48 hours away, man. I think I might be dropping a video, a recording on Shannon Dawson, because I kind of appreciated Shannon Dawson with that commentary today. I thought that was funny. So probably gonna do a video on him tomorrow. That's gonna drop tomorrow. And yeah, let's go, man. By the way, we did get past 13,000 subs today. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button and let everybody know about our channel, man. We want to get this thing bigger and bigger and bigger. We want to be the biggest thing in there is. We want to be the biggest hurricane podcast around, and soon enough we're gonna be making some moves and doing some things that will change the course of this show specifically, and I'm looking forward to it. But that's all I got. No, Hurricane fans don't unsub like that, because we're typically mean people. But I appreciate everyone jumping on board. I thank y'all, and I will. Yeah, I mean, I know they travel, but I mean, I'm wondering how many even Wednesday will be Miami and Ohio State, and how many people will just be from the area that want to watch football. I always wonder that, because I doubt that it's going to be 55,000 people from both sides at that game. I doubt it. It's one thing about bowl games that's different. And I'm gonna be real. I would sounds crazy, but I would prefer we dump all the bowl games. Just dump them all. Get rid of all of them. Just play these games on the higher seeds home field. Call it a day. I'm serious. Play on the other team's field, man. I would rather just go to Ohio State and Columbus and play up there, and I think that would be a blast. That would be a blast. But all right, people, I'll be back here on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. If you want to jump on board, I will be live for the game, and it's welcome to everybody. But that's all I got. Y'all have a great night. This is Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.